My name is Rick Sense. I'm the Director of Development at Goodwill, NCW. I also dabble in the website and have fun doing that. And I've been with Goodwill, it'll be 2 years at the end of the summer. It's a wonderful organization. I've had a great time since I've come on board. Well, our first speaker tonight, I have the great pleasure of introducing, and I told him that really I meant that. It was a great pleasure to introduce him, is Scott Copeland. Scott is our Chief Operations Officer in charge of retail and logistics. And Scott's going to say a few words tonight about the wonderful location here, the store, and also about some of the exciting things we have coming up with the rest of the grand opening events. So, Scott, take it away.
Thank you, Rick. Got to get used to this. I really appreciate everybody coming out this evening to join us for this joyous celebration. To give you a little bit of facts and a little bit of ideas about this store is 34,000 square feet. And that may not seem like a lot to you, but this is the largest Goodwill store in the Midwest. And I'm not talking about the Midwestern part of Wisconsin, I'm talking about the total Midwest. It's probably one of the top 10 Goodwill stores in the United States. So it's something to be proud of, and we're glad that you're here to celebrate this evening with us. This store, with the opening of this store, we have hired 60 teammates that will run this store, both full and part-time. So we think we're making a good contribution as far as providing jobs in the community, and look forward to continue that as the dollars that come through our cash registers from the retail go back into our mission delivery process. This store, as you may notice, also is called a retail store and a training center. We take the training center very seriously as it supports programs within this store. And over the course of the next year, we will probably have over 300 people who will receive services right at this facility. That's not counting what we do in Menasha and at Grand Chute. In this store, it's a traditional Goodwill store. As you walk around, you're going to see our clothing department, men's, ladies, children's, shoe department, domestics, household items, candy, etc. There's 3 new areas, though, that I'd like to point out to you at this time. The first is our expanded jewelry department that we're very proud of. We're taking and processing jewelry. Many of the items that you see here were once family heirlooms, and that are donated to us, and they were able to process and again put back into circulation, take those dollars back in the program. There are 2 really completely new areas. The first one is the GoodMoney store, which Ken Iden is going to speak about, but we believe that it's going to tie very nicely into our service delivery. The third area is our book department, and I really ask if you haven't had a chance to get over to our bookstore, our Good Book department, to visit that today. Within our 3,000 square foot department, we have over 30,000 different titles of both hard and soft cover books, as well as music. So I invite you to please browse through that and take advantage of some great buys. Before I close tonight, I'd like to point out Benita Jackson. Benita Jackson is our store team leader. She's waving right back there. And thank her. I'd like to thank her and her team for just doing an outstanding job of merchandising this store, and they're all going to provide great customer service as we move forward. So again, thank you all very much for coming. Good evening.
Thank you, Scott. Next up, I'd like to introduce Ken Iden. Ken Iden is the CEO of Prospera Credit Union, and he's spent 31 years growing and cultivating individuals, organizations, and ideas. Ken is passionate about providing leadership to organizations that help people help themselves, such as the Fox Valley Technical College Foundation and Goodwill. His most recent work in the community has been with unique collaboration that has resulted in GoodMoney. And before I have Ken come on up, one thing I'd like to just mention and highlight is the GoodMoney collaboration is just one example of the many of the collaborations that we partake in at Goodwill North Central Wisconsin. In fact, our peers in the industry and Goodwill Industries have recognized our collaborative spirit and are actually descending on the Fox cities in about a week and a half They'll be spending 4 days in Appleton, and there'll be representatives from many of the 200 plus Goodwills worldwide here in the Fox Cities. So if you see people walking around in Goodwill shirts, make them feel welcome. So with that, I'd like to again introduce Ken Iden.
Thank you, Rick. And thank all of you for coming here to share in this wonderful new facility and all the folks that will be served in our community as a result of all the effort that's gone into this great facility. Today, Prospera Credit Union, in collaboration with Goodwill North Central Wisconsin, is pleased to offer the citizens of our community GoodMoney. GoodMoney is a not-for-profit alternative to payday lending. The first of its kind venture offers individuals a new choice when they experience a tough time in their financial situation. At the heart of credit union purpose are groups of caring people joining together to help themselves and others. At Prospera, our mission is to help people when they have money needs and help them to realize their dreams. And GoodMoney is another important way that we can do that. From time to time, many of us experience difficult times. Until now, the only choice many people had to get the cash they needed was from a for-profit payday lender. GoodMoney gives people a not-for-profit alternative choice, a less expensive choice to get the money when they need it. Our model just doesn't provide a cheaper alternative. Through the financial professionals at Fisk, we provide a support team with money know-how to guide individuals in making good money choices in the future. By providing help to people who need it today and helping them make good money choices in their future, we set the stage to help them realize their dreams. There's a whole team of helpful credit union folks at GoodMoney, ready to help people get the home they want, a different car, help with their kids' education, and plan for their retirements. And some of the new credit union faces will be folks in training for futures in the broader financial industry by participating in work-related job training here at the GoodMoney store. Just a few short weeks ago, we received permission for this new venture. In that short time, many folks in both organizations have worked extremely hard to be ready to open tomorrow. I'd like to thank each of those and every individual who has helped us get ready to open tomorrow. I'd like to mention just a few on both sides. Mary Lawrenson has conceived and developed the entire operation procedures for this in a matter of just a few weeks. Lori Parker, with her counterparts at Goodwill, has done a phenomenal job at putting together all the data processing and communication needs. Katie Falk has organized the staff and put them together, and Sandy Schultz and Christy Van Schindel have put all the marketing pieces together. And the collaboration team that has worked so hard on the other side of Goodwill, at the Goodwill side, has been Bob Peterson, who shared the vision and championed the idea. Scott Copeland, Steve White, Rich Redmond, and so many others who put the logistics together. We really couldn't have done this without this collaboration that we've started. And I'd like to recognize our MC tonight. Rick Sense has been at the heart of this idea from the very first day. And he has done as much as any person in this room to bring about this new concept. I'd like to recognize. We're delighted to be able to collaborate with Goodwill on this very important work. This new beautiful store, which is in such a great location, in the heart of a busy area where people live and work and shop, is just an exciting opportunity for everyone. Goodwill has welcomed us into their family and into this celebration. They've helped us to bring about this unique idea, and together we begin the story of good money. In closing, I'd like to paraphrase President Lincoln. Few will remember what we have to say here today, but for those whose lives will be positively changed, they will remember what we do here. Thank you.
The next speaker up is the director of the Office of Credit Unions in the state of Wisconsin, Suzanne Cowan. And if Suzanne could come on up.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here. They talked about getting permission to do this, and I'm really not an ogre, but we did have to kind of jump through some hoops to do this. I think that the collaboration of Goodwill and the credit unions is kind of a case of coming together again at last. In researching this, I found that credit union movement and the Goodwill industries both started at about the same time in the early 1900s in Boston by two men who lived very close to each other. So it's kind of fitting that these two industries come together to work together to serve everybody. We're very excited to watch to see what happens with Good Money. We see it as a possible model, maybe nationwide, and with the Goodwill people coming in over the next couple of weeks, we hope that they will see something very good and very exciting for themselves. The governor, unfortunately, was not able to be here, but I don't know if you were aware that he and the First Lady actually started a credit union when they were serving in the southwestern United States to serve a Native American population. So he's been very supportive of any credit union efforts throughout his administration. I think that the Good Money concept is a very excellent way to help break the cycle of dependency on, unfortunately, some predatory lending. That's a very big concern with the Department of Financial Institutions. We are looking at ways to encourage the existing financial institutions to serve all of the population. So this, I think, is a very excellent way to do it, and we're excited to watch to see what happens. And I really congratulate you all on a very excellent idea, and hopefully you will do well by doing good. Thank you.
The wonderful folks at Prospera Credit Union fashioned this ribbon for us, and it's they're all real genuine $10 bills, and they will be donated after the event to Goodwill, North Central Wisconsin, and also to Fisk Consumer Credit Counseling Service. Take some time to enjoy the food, the company, and have a chance to shop. Thank you.
There he goes. Welcome to a grand day for a grand opening. Isn't it a beautiful day? Yes. And